This little situation that he put me in to, make me lose. But he thought I was gonna lose. But
You talking about like a boxing match or?
yeah, boxing match.
Ooh, if you don't mind. If you don't want to, it's fine.
On February 24th, 2025, Floyd Mayweather Jr. turned 48, a milestone that saw fans, celebrities, and fellow boxers flood social media with messages celebrating the undefeated legend. Yet, in the middle of all the well wishes, one particular post stood out, not for its warmth, but for the tension it carried.
Stop listening, old boy. Now he came out and put his young homie in his drawers.
And it came from none other than Gervonta Tank Davis. From that moment, things have only escalated. A fight between the two is currently in talks, and Davis has finally revealed the real reason he left Mayweather Promotions.
Career. I mean, y'all.
No, it was a
relationship, not
downfall.
career.
Yeah,
Relationship.
it wasn't a downfall of my career. I mean, my our relationship, because it was more things that he was doing. Like
He scheduled a fight.
Gervonta Davis, once the crown jewel of Mayweather Promotions and a fighter seen as Floyd's rightful successor, posted a training clip with a caption that read, "Life is better when you're gone, and I don't need you." It wasn't just the words that sparked interest, but also the timing, right on Mayweather's birthday. The message immediately led to widespread speculation that it was a direct shot at the man.
he's not gonna hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him, because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll picture him.
Who once controlled his career. The post was just another chapter in their ongoing public feud, one that has been simmering for years and now seems destined to be settled in the ring. The strained relationship between Mayweather and Davis has been no secret. Their fallout was public and messy, starting when Davis left Mayweather Promotions in 2022 after years of tension. Floyd had built Tank up as his next superstar, but things between them began to crack as Davis sought more independence.
Just stay calm. I always like to listen to Floyd when it comes to big stages like this, because he's the only one that been in my shoes and been like in these type of fights. You know what I mean? So I always try to stay close.
In 2023, their feud escalated when Davis revealed he had been banned from Mayweather's gym while preparing for his fight against Ryan Garcia. The situation became even more complicated when Davis accused Mayweather of mishandling financial matters related to a Dubai event.
I remember first hearing an issue between Floyd and Gervonta before Gervonta fought Pedraza. And the issue I heard was that Floyd didn't want Gervonta to stay in Baltimore because he felt there was too many distractions for him in Baltimore, and he wanted
claiming he had been kept in the dark about key details. These issues, along with rumors of personal conflicts, kept fueling the fire between the two, and neither man was willing to back down. Mayweather, always the businessman, initially took a passive-aggressive approach. Instead of directly addressing Davis, he would subtly take jabs at him in interviews and social media posts.
That's the way the daughter off of the fact that she kept Snapchatting me.
Okay.
She kept hitting me on the Snapchat. So they sent it to Floyd, and Floyd bugged out.
One of the most notable incidents came when Mayweather posted a clip of himself training Devin Haney, a clip many interpreted as an attempt to downplay Davis' skills while reminding the world of his own involvement in Tank's development. For some fans, it was a calculated move by Mayweather to reassert his dominance, a way of saying, "I made you." Others saw it as unnecessary pettiness, especially since Davis had already proven himself with major wins, including his knockout victory over Ryan Garcia. Regardless of how it was perceived, one thing was clear: this rivalry wasn't going away anytime soon. While most saw the Mayweather-Davis feud as a business disagreement, insiders suggest a more personal rift. According to reports, the tension between the two wasn't just about boxing. It also involved Floyd's daughter, Yaya Mayweather. Rumors swirled that Davis and Yaya had developed a close relationship, something Floyd allegedly disapproved of. Sources claim Mayweather took drastic steps to ensure the relationship never progressed, including attempting to sideline Davis from major fights. Although neither Davis nor Yaya publicly confirmed the rumors, fans couldn't ignore the pattern of events that followed. Mayweather, once Davis' biggest supporter, seemingly turned against him overnight. It became evident that the respect and admiration Davis once had for Floyd had soured, and by the time Davis left Mayweather Promotions, the damage was irreparable. Davis' departure from Mayweather Promotions was inevitable. As his star continued to rise, he wanted more control over his career, something Mayweather wasn't willing to give up. Mayweather has a history of keeping tight control over his fighters, and while it worked for some, it became a problem for Tank. Davis wanted to call his own shots, negotiate his own deals, and move on his own terms. But under Mayweather's management, he often felt restricted. This became evident when Davis began publicly voicing his frustrations. In a 2022 interview, he hinted that Mayweather was holding him back, stating, "I feel like it's time for me to grow and see what's out there for me." Many fans saw this as the beginning of the end. Shortly after leaving, Davis proved he didn't need Mayweather to succeed. He headlined his own pay-per-view events, secured high-profile fights, and became one of the biggest draws in boxing. His knockout victory over Ryan Garcia was a defining moment, proving he was more than just Floyd's protege. Despite Davis' success, Mayweather never truly let go of the narrative that he made Tank. Even after their split, he would make subtle digs at Davis in interviews, questioning his business decisions and fight choices. One of the biggest controversies came when Mayweather allegedly tried to sabotage Davis' fight preparations. Reports emerged that Floyd had secretly reached out to Frank Martin before his fight with Davis, offering him tips on how to beat Tank. While it's unclear whether Martin acted on this advice, Davis still secured a dominant victory, knocking Martin out in the 8th round. If the reports were true, it was a shocking move, one that solidified just how deep the grudge between Mayweather and Davis ran. It wasn't just business. This was personal. With years of animosity between them, talks of a fight between Davis and Mayweather have finally gained traction. Mayweather, despite being retired, has never been one to shy away from making headlines. He's continued to participate in exhibition matches, facing social media influencers and former fighters. However, a fight with Davis would be different. It would be personal, high stakes, and unlike anything Mayweather has done before. For Davis, the fight represents an opportunity to prove, once and for all, that he has surpassed his former mentor. While Mayweather is undefeated, he's also aging. At 48, he's far from the fighter he once was, and Davis, at the peak of his career, would likely enter as the favorite. There are still many hurdles to overcome before a fight between Mayweather and Davis can be made official. Mayweather has remained vague about whether he would actually step into the ring with Tank, while Davis has been more vocal, making it clear he wants the fight to happen. One major factor is the weight class. Davis currently fights at lightweight and super lightweight, while Mayweather spent most of his career at welterweight. They would need to agree on a catch weight, and given Mayweather's history of controlling negotiations, it could become a sticking point. Another question is whether the fight would be a legitimate contest or an exhibition. Mayweather's recent fights have been exhibitions, meaning they don't count towards his professional record. Davis, however, would likely want it to be a real fight. Regardless of how it plays out, one thing is certain: if this fight happens, it will be one of the biggest events in boxing history. As the tension between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta "Tank" Davis continues to escalate, the boxing world is left wondering how this rivalry will ultimately unfold. Will the two settle their differences inside the ring, or will their feud remain a battle of words and social media jabs? One thing is certain: Davis is no longer in Mayweather's shadow. Once seen as Floyd's protege, he has built his own legacy, achieved superstar status, and proven that he doesn't need Mayweather Promotions to succeed. With major victories and knockout performances, Tank has cemented himself as one of the biggest names in boxing today. However, for Davis, defeating Mayweather in the ring would be the ultimate statement, a way to silence any doubts and prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that he has surpassed the man who once mentored him. For Mayweather, a fight against Tank would be a high-stakes event, But would he be willing to risk his undefeated record against one of the hardest-hitting fighters of this generation? As fans eagerly speculate on the possibility of this showdown, one question remains. Will Mayweather step up and settle the score with Davis, or will this feud remain unresolved, destined to be remembered as another great what-if in boxing history?